want to go back. I could say
Listen,
that,
go back, do your thing. This is you telling us about you.
Well, let's say in another lifetime, far away in another galaxy, I worked in an accounts department as a requisitions clerk.
Wow.
And I wanted to go back and do my degree. So I was an adult, I can't remember how old. I was married. I'm married still. And I just was I remember I was on maternity leave still with my first daughter. When I went back to UE administration to find out, to say I didn't receive my documents to start, where my documents, school is coming up. So I went back part-time to do my degree, and that was 2 years part-time. I remember having to go to work early, to put in the hours, work during lunch, so that I could leave in the afternoon early, to pass by my mom, breastfeed my daughter, and then head to afternoon class. My husband will be the driver, and he will drop me off to afternoon classes at UE, and then we will make the, reverse steps back, pick up my daughter and head back home. And that went on for 2 years, and then according to UE, you must go full-time for the rest of the 2 years. The first level is part-time for 2 years, and at that time, you had to go full-time. So, with the goal in mind, I'm very goal-focused. With that in mind, once you have a goal, for me, it's quite easy. You look at what you need to do to move from point A to point B, and you get it done.
And you go for it.
So I said, I'm going to resign because my focus was to get my degree. And there were so many people who told me, you are crazy. There's so many people who told me that, you're going 2 years without a salary. Where you're going to get your income from. You're married. You just had a baby girl. She's now 2. And I was like, listen, I'm not really, making much where I am, so it's a no-brainer. And I kept focused on my goal, and I resigned and I went to school full-time for 2 years. In the same jeans for 2 years. Thank goodness it fit. So that was me. I enjoyed it thoroughly. Making new connections and friends. So I enjoyed my experience at GV St. Augustine. And soon out of that, I got a job in an organization that had a vacancy. As a matter of fact, for me to look for a job after UE, I went through the telephone directory. Yes, in those days we used telephone directories and not go online.
That's a book for those of you who don't know.
Yes, the younger one is a big thick book, okay? And I remember going through and selecting organizations, that I want to work with, and making a list, and the list with the address so that I would actually mail out my applications. I think I sent out about 100 to 150. Got very few responses, and all responses said, no, there are no vacancies. And one organization that said, no, called me back the following week and say, hey, we have a vacancy.
Wow.
So I went to the interview, I got the job. And in that role, it was a sort of quasi-admin HR, but they did not have an HR department yet. And soon after, they switched the role to HR officer, and an HR department was created. So that's how I got into HR.
Wow.
Yeah. And even in that role, I remember I had 2 managers while I was there. And my last manager, when she left, when she left, of course, being ambitious, I applied for the position. I got a very gracious no. That, not at this time, the stage the organization was in. And I said, fine. When they hired someone, and when that new manager was leaving now, that manager recommended me for the promotion, and I got the promotion.
All right.
So, there's a lesson there. One, I also throw your hat in the ring. And it's not that there are 2 answers, There are 3 answers that I found out from this experience.
Oh, that's here.
Yes. No, and not yet. So it's a not yet we must focus on. Because when I heard the not yet,